Ben Johnson grew up on his family's farm in Randolph County and always knew he wanted to follow in his dad's footsteps. But that didn't happen immediately. After graduating college with a degree in agriculture, Ben worked first as a loan officer, then as a poultry service tech until he could start his own operation.
Starting out on my own in 2011, we had an opportunity to purchase some cattle and lease some pasture land. And when we purchased the poultry houses, we started here, we just had about 9 acres, 8.5 acres in the poultry houses. And then later we were able to purchase all the pasture land and the home that was on the property. So being here and, getting everything going here, it's exciting to raise the kids here on this place.
Ben and his wife Bethany grow more than 75,000 9-pound roosters every 8 weeks. Their cow herd has swelled to 168 mamas, and they're growing corn, wheat, and soybeans on about 150 acres. Unlike her husband, Bethany didn't grow up on a farm, but she's developed quite an appreciation for agriculture.
Probably my favorite part is seeing it through the eyes of my kids, because I love it and it's an adventure for me and it's different for me, but to see their faces just light up when Daddy says, let's go. So, just seeing the excitement through a kid and me learning something new every single day.
Bethany teaches 11th and 12th grade math and helps coach the Woodland High School softball team. She uses her time interacting with students as an opportunity to tell them about where their food, clothing, and shelter comes from.
Being here and being a part of the farm is a big aspect of our lives, but my teaching is too, because I get to encounter kids that maybe don't know about farming, and we actually pull some here for a cooperative program, and some of them work for us and learn about the ins and outs of farming. So it's just a real blessing to be in the lives of children and teaching them not only math, but also teaching them the aspects of farming.
One of the first things most kids discover is that farming requires a lot of hard work. But the Johnsons say that's not a problem for them, because the freedom of this way of life provides a lot of opportunities for family time, even in the middle of a busy workday.
It's tough sometimes to manage that, but living on this place now, we're able to accomplish what's on the list to do in a day and be all together, at times. So we're able to have family time on the farm, when we'll still be working, but then again, it's, we're spending time together, and that's worth a lot, because we're able to show firsthand, the kids, give them an idea of everything that goes on, and they learn a lot just from doing that.
Outstanding Young Farm Family finalists Ben and Bethany Johnson and their children, Blakely and Brooks. Not everybody sets goals for their life, and of those that do, not all reach them. But even of those that achieve all their goals, nobody does it by the time they're 30, except for Joe and Ashley McCraney.
I was 14 and he was 16 when we started dating, and we stood on the pier to our pond over there that we live on now, and we laid out plans. We had dreams of having 4 kids. We wanted chicken houses. We wanted to build a house on that land, and more specifically, we wanted Mike McCraney's chicken houses. And the farm that we're sitting on right now is that exact farm that we dreamed of owning when we were 14 and 16 years old. We have 3 of our 4 kids, and we are working on building a house on our property over there, and we live there. So we were high school sweethearts. We graduated and got married and got to work on our dreams.
What's even more amazing is that neither Ashley nor Joe grew up on a farm, but hard work never scared either of them.
We started cutting hay out from under pecan orchards, and we did that probably 3 or 4 years, and the farmer decided it was time for him to retire, and we took over the pecan operation. And then shortly thereafter, in 2015, we started with the poultry operation, the first 6-house farm. We ran the pecan operation and the poultry operation all the way up until the time we purchased the other 4-house farm.
The McCraneys produce well over 1.5 million birds per year and unexpectedly started a row crop operation in 2019 at the insistence of another agriculture enthusiast, their 9-year-old son, Trace.
He had found a Lillingston 2-row peanut picker on a Craigslist ad for like $900. And he had him a little money saved up, and he said, "Daddy, I've got half. Will you go in on halves with me?" We didn't grow peanuts. But his granddaddy did, and his granddaddy before that did, and this would make my husband and him the 5th and 6th generation peanut farmers, so we really couldn't tell him no.
His first-year crop of 9 acres swelled to 80 acres this year, and Trace and his sisters grow watermelon that they sell at the farmer's market and other vegetables that support the family's passion for canning.
I love to can and put up and preserve, and that's something I try to teach my girls, is to, not to be wasteful when something comes into maturity and we harvest it, then we can it and preserve it so that way we can cook with the foods that we grow. That's sustainable agriculture, that's self-sufficient.
Hadley Kate and Ailey Grace both participate in the Little Miss Agriculture USA program. Joe and Ashley say they're excited that their children share their passion for agriculture and are becoming ambassadors for the lifestyle that they've come to love.
If you didn't love it, there's no way that you'd want to stay out here in the heat and work through these challenges and do all these things that most other people would probably turn their head to. But because it is a love, you do create a lifestyle from it. I mean, it's just what you wake up in the morning and do. And when you go to bed at night and you wake up tomorrow morning, you're going back to the farm to live that lifestyle again.
From Barber County, outstanding young farm family finalists Joe and Ashley McCraney and their children, Trace, Hadley Kate, and Ailey Grace. Unlike most young farmers you'll meet, farming wasn't Josh McCoy's lifelong dream.
It is absolutely not. I'll be honest with you, I wanted to be an accountant.
Yes, he said accountant. But after several months in an office in Birmingham, Josh realized that dream might not be what he really wanted. So after discussing the dilemma with his father-in-law, Josh decided to join his wife's family's farming operation.
I had very mixed feelings about it at first, but we prayed a lot about it, and the minute that I saw him change as a person, he was truly unhappy at that desk job. So when he started farming, you could see it in his eyes, the difference in the morning when he got up to come to work. And so I knew at that point that we had made the right decision.
7 years have passed since Josh joined Chris Thompson's farm, and the operation has grown to around 9,000 acres in southeast Alabama and southwest Georgia. They produce cotton on about half of that and peanuts on the other half. They also operate a buying point and a shelling plant, which support the real mission of the farm, a seed business.
We'll contract 4,000 for the buying point, but we'll run about 9,000 through the buying point. 5,000 tons of seed, 4,000 tons of farmer stock peanuts. So we're about a 9,000 ton buying point, but only 4,000 goes onto the commercial market.
Josh says irrigation is really the key to their operation's success. With the ability to water more than 2/3 of their farm, yields are generally high. But even more important to the McCoys is their faith and family. Being able to stay home with 4-year-old Fields and 3-year-old Sutton is important to Savannah. After teaching English in the Dale and Henry County school systems for 7 years, she jumped at the opportunity to be able to do that while continuing her career as an online teacher in the Alabama Virtual Academy.
It's really great for the rural areas like this because we have a lot of kids that were riding a school bus 1 hour one way, and we have a lot of kids that actually work for the chicken plants, and maybe I have several kids who their families have farms. So for them, it works because they get on and they do their schoolwork and they get it done, and then they go work, especially our high school kids.
After she completes her online classes, Savannah and the boys are able to help out on the farm, whether it's moving equipment, picking up parts, or just bringing lunch. She says she's glad Fields and Sutton can see how hard their daddy works and how rewarding a career can be if you're doing something you truly love.
It's thoroughly a joy to get up in the mornings and go to work and
and to have the freedom. You know, if I wanted to say that, you know, let's look at building this, or let's look at doing that. I mean, I've got it better than a lot of people my age because, you know, we are a little bit more established, and, you know, we could fulfill that dream if that's something that we wanted to do, I think. And, you know, if I was just starting out on my own, I don't think that would happen. So it's pretty neat.
From Dale County, outstanding young farm family finalists Josh and Savannah McCoy and their sons Fields and Sutton.